This is for standard competency number one, sharing assessment findings with parent. This is Janet. I'm John. Janet will assist me in this competency. So, Janet, thank you for coming in today. What I would like to do today is to go over the assessment findings. In the last few weeks, we went over, I had you do a couple assessment forms. We did the tally sheet, the strength and difficulty questionnaire. We did a tally sheet, and also we did a short observation.
Okay.
And I'll go over each of those individually. But before I do that, I want to go over the case to make sure we still are on track and we still have an ongoing problem. So initially, what brought you in here was your 8-year-old daughter, Tammy. She's having severe temper tantrums, and that's a big concern for you, and you want to make sure we solve that, or, you know, at least eliminate, if not cut down all these temper tantrums. Now, is that still ongoing today? Is still a problem?
All the time.
All right, so let's go with the first evaluation we did, which is the strength and difficulties questionnaire.
Okay.
This measures the parent's perception of your daughter or her difficulties. And I notice here scored 18, which is kind of high, and you see that as a major problem. Does that sound about right? And then your impact, total impact, was 4. So you see that as it has an impact on your life. Is that
Yes.
about right?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions on this particular finding on the strength and difficulties questionnaire?
None at all.
Okay. So the next thing I want to cover is the parent scale. And this measures your lackness, overreactivity, and hostility.
Okay.
So on this scale, you scored 4.5, which is kind of high, which means you're kind of lax and let things go, and that's why Tammy's probably having the temper tantrums. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Any questions on this particular scale? Do you agree with it, or?
Yeah.
Okay. The other form I had you fill out was the tally sheet, which measures just the frequency of the temper tantrums. I noticed here it's pretty consistent throughout the week. It's very low on Wednesday, and then it really shoots up on Thursday. What's the explanation on that?
Wednesday, Tammy's with her dad on a visit,
Okay.
and then Thursday is the day after the visit.
Okay. So it seems like on Wednesdays she enjoys her visit, and then when she comes back, she just kind of acts out and has problems. Okay. So that's really interesting to see that. So you can see that peaks and spikes in her behavior, and this shows that Wednesday's a really bad day for her. Did you see anything unusual about this tally sheet? Is that what normally happens on a weekly basis?
Yes, it was really helpful to see her behavior by doing the tally sheets.
Okay. The last thing I want to cover is the observation. Had the chance last week to observe you and Tammy. I know she got into a temper tantrum. I don't know if that's a normal temper tantrum for her, but I know she wanted to get dessert, or she wanted to get a toy, I guess it was.
Yes.
And she had to finish her snack, and she really blew up. Now, is that typical temper tantrum I just witnessed that week, or was that unusual?
That's typical.
So it's
Yeah.
that severe? It's always that way?
It is always
Okay.
that way.
So, based on all these findings from the strength and difficulty questionnaire, the parent scale, and the tally sheet, and my observation, seems like we have. I think Tammy is in need of some intervention, and you could use some help. and it's statistically significant, so I think we need to do some kind of program to help you and Tammy.
Okay.
Does that sound about right, or
Yeah,
you
any
agree with
kind of
that?
help.
Any kind
Yeah,
of help?
yeah.
Okay. So, what I would like you to do is, stop the monitoring at this point, and next week, we will do the Triple P, which is the Positive Parenting Plan, which I think will help you
Okay.
and Tammy resolve the issues of the temper tantrums and help you get control back in managing your dog. Does
Okay.
that sound like a plan?
It does.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.